What is going on, guys? It's Gleg back again for the first time this weekend with our first Core Reacts. This is number 53. I think this is number 53. Core Reacts number 53. We're running it back. We're doing some more Dying Wish. I know we did a Dying Wish reaction, like, I don't know, it was actually probably like 3 or 4 Core Reacts ago, but regardless, the last track slapped. The last track was really good, and they've came up with another one, and this is probably going to be the last one that I'm going to react to. I'm going to try my best to only do 2 reactions tops for singles that are being released in a lead up to an album. So, you know, actually Dying Wish has released 3 singles so far. This one is actually their 3rd one, and I believe they've released 3 singles so far this year, all 3 of which are going to be on the upcoming record, as far as I know. This is the 2nd one that I've heard. I did not go back and listen to the first one that they released this year. We've only listened to Watch My Promise Die, and now Lost in the Fall is what we're going to be listening to today. But the reason why I'm doing this, yes, I do need more Core React content, but the reason why I'm doing this is because I really just don't like spoiling the albums for myself. I think hearing 2 singles for the most part is enough. It's a good enough sample size for me to get a taste of what the album might be like. Normally bands usually release like a more softer track and then a more heavier track, and then they do a 3rd that's either way out there or somewhere in the in-between. Either way, I want to keep things spoiler free as I can. I've made the mistake a lot in the past of just like listening to every last single that these bands put out, and then their album is like 10 or 11 tracks, and it's like, dude, I've almost listened to half the album already. So I'm gonna chill. I'm gonna keep this at a 2 single limit. And this is my 2nd and last one for Dying Wish. So we're going to jump into this today. Really excited to hear what they've got in store with this track, because Watch My Promise Die was hype. I feel like it was a good like reintroduction to the band. I feel like that one they should have released first, because like I said, I if I remember correctly, they did release another single this year. And whether or not that's supposed to be like, I don't think that's going to be a B-side, or I don't think that was a B-side or anything, or a standalone. But I believe that one's going to be on the album. But I just feel like, at least for the music video for Watch My Promise Die, it just felt like a reintroduction to the band with all of them. You know, it was just a perfect video for like an intro, a band intro sort of ordeal. But anyway, we're gonna hop into this one today, see what they got. Here we go. Dying Wish, Lost in the Fall. Show me what you got. Let's freaking go. Yes. Yes. Cleans, let's go. Here we go. Listen to those rolling drums in the background. That sequence, let's go. Sheesh. Oh wow, nice, very soft transition. Love this. Nice little intermission. Man, these guys know how to do it, man. They know how to do it. This track is giving me like crazy Straight Line Stitch vibes. Very heavy Straight Line Stitch vibes. If y'all remember that band, y'all know what's up. Sometimes I wonder if she was an avid listener to them. Yes. I think this is a really good outro. I'm hoping it doesn't go into anything else, because I think this is a really good outro. Okay. I was gonna say, I think that was a really good outro. I didn't want like a second breakdown or anything to come after that. That was a very good outro, and it also sounds like, again, sounds like another track that's going to be sort of a transition, a very seamless transition into the next track. Wow. I thought, so the first thing that popped in my head, first couple seconds into this, well, I guess you could say the first minute into this, was that I really got crazy, like old school metal, like metalcore vibes. I'm talking like early to mid 2000s sort of vibes with this track. I feel like Dying Wish is one of those few metalcore bands out there that actually still sort of have that. I don't want to say old school. I really don't want to say old school, because I'm sure some old heads are going to get on me about it. But, you know, if you grew up listening to this stuff in, like, middle school and, like, you know, the early 2000s, like the 2010s era, you know what kind of sound I'm talking about. I still feel like Dying Wish is one of the few bands out there that still sort of encompass that sound. I'm not sure if it's intentional, but they're able to sustain it somehow, and it was a constant in their debut LP, and it so far it sounds like it's a constant in this one. I think more so in this single than their previous one, more so in this one than Watch My Promise Die. Again, I haven't listened to the first single they released this year, so I can't really judge on that one. But so far, based on this at least, it sounds like that trend is going to continue with their second album as well. I love the soft little transition there, just the melodic, clean flow that they had going on. Again, reminded me a lot of Straight Line Stitch, this entire track in general, because, you know, I consider Straight Line Stitch to be sort of like an old school, early 2000s, mid 2010s, I guess you could say, at their crescendo, because as far as I know, I don't think they're a band anymore, though they never formally announced a breakup. They kind of just faded away after an EP release and just silence. But I got crazy Straight Line Stitch vibes from this track, so I'm very curious to know if anybody in the band are fans of them or have, you know, avidly listened to them in the past, because I very strongly there did I feel like they kind of grabbed some stuff from them, but who knows. But anyway, love this track a lot. I love how different this was in terms of melody and tone than compared to the previous single they just released, which makes me feel like there's going to be a lot of variety on this album, and I think that's the right way to go. I know Fragments of a Bitter Memory was really in your face. It's a lot of heavy tracks pretty much the entire way through. It was a very heavy record. It doesn't really feel like this one's not heavy. It just feels like also like a lot of the singles are well, at least with this track, it's just giving room for more of their other sort of creative sides to breathe. Like this track definitely had some heavy parts. I mean, did you listen to that? Did you hear that? But also like being able to squeeze that melody in there, and having an outro that was I want to say peaceful, but at the same time sort of exhilarating, because you can tell it's building up towards something else. At the end there, it's just I think this was a very well constructed track, and I'm really hyped for this album. We don't have too many left. We don't have too many left this year. Who just released their albums the past couple of weeks? The World of Live just came out with theirs. Holding Absence came out with theirs. Polaris just came out with theirs today. I think Escape the Fate. I mean, Asking Alexandria just dropped theirs. There's a lot of records have been dropping. So in August. So we're winding down to the last couple. I think October and November are kind of like the last two big months. I'm not really sure if there are that many records dropping this month, but I know for sure October and November are kind of like the last heavy hitters, and then it's going to be it for this year. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. Let me know what you think of the track for sure by commenting down below. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you guys drop a like. Both those things help the video out tremendously, so be sure to do that. But most importantly, if you haven't done so yet, make sure you guys hit that sub button, hit that bell so you can stay up to date on all the future videos dropping here on the channel, all the future core reacts. I've got a second one going up this weekend as well. It's going to be a reaction for Holofront. They announced their album as well, so we're going to be giving a listen to their most recent single coming up next. So stay tuned for that. So yeah, thank you for watching. Thank you for your energy as usual, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.
My poetry's never failed, never failed.